Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Pierrified vlog, where I discuss the joys and challenges of living with a disability. Now, I unfortunately missed last week's episode, so I will be making a donation as promised to the Muscular Dystrophy Association of Canada. If you would like, I encourage you to do the same thing at muscle.ca to make a donation online. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now let's get back on to this week's episode. Now, I want to talk about rejection. And I know it seems like I've been talking a lot of the challenges and the difficulties and kind of skipping out on the joys and that sort of thing. But I will be getting into more joys, and this one kind of ties them both together. When dealing with rejection, what I found was I use that to push me forward to do more in life, and then use that as a joy, or use that rejection and twist it into some sort of joy or joys of life. What I want to do is use a story to kind of explain my point there. So when I was 12 years old, I really enjoyed the bumper cars. I don't know, maybe it's because I have two brothers and we kind of like to beat up on each other, especially at that age. So that's probably what it was that led to my obsession with the bumper cars. Also, at this point is just when I first started to use a wheelchair, and I was strong enough that I was able to push myself in the chair. So I was using a manual chair at that point. So I was, like I said, I was able to push the chair, and I still strong enough where I can get out of the chair with some assistance and transfer myself into the bumper cars. So it was great times. So what we did was went to the Weston Minton Mall. I've never called it the Weston Minton Mall, but let's go with that. Anyway, so I went there to an indoor amusement park with the bumper cars. Go there, we went on the bumper cars the first time, had no problem. Just wheeled right up to them, transferred with some assistance into the bumper cars, went around, drove around, smashed some cars together, and called it a day. It was great. Then we went on a few other rides and wanted to finish off the day by going on the bumper cars one more time. So we came back, went in line. I was ready to go. Had my seatbelt off, ready to jump from my chair into the bumper cars. As we were about to go on, the attendant, who was different than the one that was on earlier, came up to me and said, "Sorry, I'm not going to be able to let you go on the ride." I was confused. I was like, man, I was just on the ride a couple hours ago, and the person that was manning the station had no issues with it. Why is it a problem now? Oh, it's a liability issue. We can't do it. I'm 12 years old. I don't really understand the concept of liability at this point. So I was like, well, what is this man saying? I'm trying to get on the bumper cars. He stops me and says, "No, you are not going on the ride." So I was so upset, gave up on arguing because he wasn't budging. I just booked it, pushing my chair. But like I mentioned, I didn't have my seatbelt on, so I gave my chair one big push, and I almost fell out of my chair because I gave it so much force. So at this point, I'm almost hurt. I'm pissed off. So I start bawling my eyes out, and this just made me so angry. But then once the tears dried up and stuff, I realized that there's going to be some times where I will be faced with rejection. I won't be able to do certain things because of me being in a wheelchair or because of me having a disability. So I realized that at a young age, and I didn't want that to stop me from doing anything or you know, from enjoying life basically. So I use that as fuel to push myself forward. If I wasn't able to do some things, then I push myself in other areas of life. And I thought that is something I would like to share because quite often is whenever we get rejected, sometimes we get down. And what needs to be done is we have to take that and use it as fuel to push us forward to become better versions of ourselves. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.